wild. But welcome in, Rob. We've had two fantastic series, and I'm looking forward to the last series we have, which I believe is it Bet?
Yeah, it's Elite, actually.
Elite, actually. Okay, Elite. We are skipping a few tiers to Elite. Going to be a different play style from these two teams. We have Pulsars and the Brilliant Bees, and I know unfortunately both of us are going to be a little biased in our voting here tonight, as we both are a part of the Cosmos. Rob.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely will have like I'm gonna be very honest, right? Like I'm obviously rooting for the Cosmos, but that said, I still think it's going to be an incredible matchup. They're the 3 seed and the Brilliant Bees are the 1 seed for a reason, right? So I'm really excited to see how this series actually plays out. I mean, we saw the Pulsars already drop a series in playoffs, unlike the Brilliant Bees, who have made it here through winners, which means they will start, of course, 1 game up. And yeah, obviously I'm homering for the Pulsars, but Moose and Soup? Come on, man. That's going to be a crazy matchup. I don't know. As you look at this graphic here, right? It's a very even thing that we got rocking.
I was just about to get into that. The graphic looks split down the middle in every single category, in wins, losses, goals for, goals against, saves against, and shooting. It seems like they are just evenly matched throughout every category, and I feel like we're gonna have a banger of a series. And I am looking forward to this, as I am trying to see if we have a lobby yet.
I'm going to need just a minute while my game is opening. But what I would like to mention is you see out there, those win totals and loss totals are very, very similar. But what is surprising is that on the standings, Brilliant Bees were actually 6 games ahead of Pulsars. And I think that's due to forfeits, unless I'm mistaken. So despite on the standing sheet, right, Brilliant Bees being 34 and 14 and Pulsars being 28 and 20, it seems that I mean that can't be right. I something is off here somewhere. Some API based thing.
I'll tell you what's wrong, Rob.
Oh god. Oh god.
We've got a bunch of sticks and straws holding up our back end of production. We don't even know if these two teams are playing tonight in the finals. It could be anyone.
Well, in that case, I'm excited to have any graphic at all. I'm excited that the team names are correct, the franchises are correct. We're cooking. My game is opening up. I'll be joining this lobby in just a moment. I apologize about the delay. I just got home from work.
Our goat coders, developers, like they've got a lot of projects going on, and I don't know whether it's, that's why the records are messed up, or it's stats team, or maybe it's me and I'm doing it wrong, but there's a lot of people.
Just blame it on Rob.
There's a lot of people that go into making RSC media work, so we want to thank all of them. We want to thank Rob and Squirt today, and everybody on the back end, from stats to numbers to all the other committees that are doing a great job. Oh, and another shameless plug. Please, 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 our 2 server is losing out on level 3 nitro privileges. If you have a boost, use it. We are only 6 boosts away. And for every boost that we get from this stream, I'm going to gift 20,000 channel points to you and probably get fired from my job. But 20,000 channel points before they remove me as media committee head. Get in there. Anyways, I'll let the professional casters take it back over. Sorry for this interjection.
Well, first question: do we have that lobby up? Is that info?
Yes. It's you look in casters.
It says it, but unless I'm typing something in wrong.
Wait, no, he put it in Solar Live. I'm sorry.
No, I see it. I'm typing it in. Do you want to toss me an invite and I can just join party match?
Yeah, I can do that.
Wonderful. Back to these actual teams and their analysis, though. I would like to. I mean, the 2 names that are obviously on everybody's mind right now. You look at the Pulsars. You have Fluffy leading the way, right? #1 overall pick in the tier. 80 IDR through 48 games. I mean, they've played 9 more games than anyone else in this entire tier. They've been here for every single match day, and they've produced at the top of the tier for all of those. And the only person with a higher IDR who's played even half the matches is Soup across from him on the other team. 99.2 over 28 games played. A little bit smaller of a sample size, but both of these players, number 1 and number 2 in IDR, except for Greg, but Greg isn't playing. Shout out old Greg, the homie, beast mode.
F in the chat for Greg.
Facts. But I think what I'm getting at with this is the X factors will be the players that they're going to be playing with today. Obviously, Moose, the 4-time, knows how to win, knows how to get it done. The positioning GOAT. And you have Pineapple starting on the Pulsars roster on the other side. And you've seen this player grow immensely over the last few seasons. And no, they don't have 4 titles. No, they don't have the pedigree, but it's clearly been shown that they can play at this level through this playoff run, and I'm excited to see how this goes. Let's get into it.
Alrighty, let's get into it with Soup and Moose on the team for Alphabet Soup and
Fluffy and Pineapple.
And
yeah,
Fluffy. When did Pulsar sign Pineapple? Because I'm looking at the graphic and it is incorrect.
Yeah, it was a while ago. That's a great shot from Pineapple, actually.
What a
Fluffy looks to maintain that pressure. So Pulsar's actually drafted Pineapple, traded them away for Divination mid-season, and then as the series and season went on, realized there was something came up. I don't remember exactly what it was. That's a great shot and a great save from Fluffy as well. But they went back, got Pineapple, and have made a real push into the finals through the lowers bracket with them. That's going to be a shot. Fluffy with a great save into the corner, looking to take some control. Gets the beat. Moose, though, again, the ever so steady man. 4-time champ. Can't say it enough. Soup goes for the shot. Fluffy is going to just collect this, pop it deep. And remember during Challenger Finals, we were talking a lot about how control made the difference.
Absolutely.
Elite is the tier where I think you start to see players really, really look to take control, and where Panic really changes that for them and their standard of play, whereas below, that kind of standard and baseline might not be there. So this, great control touch from Pineapple, and this is what you're going to be seeing throughout the series from both these players. Fluffy gets it over him, and that's going to start off our scoring.
Fluffy with an 1-0. Fluffy with an off-speed shot. They both thought he was going to shoot an absolute banger, and ended up just getting a nice soft touch over him. I mean, absolutely great play. I completely agree with you. I think we're going to see a lot more control plays and some more passing and thought process when it comes to how they play the ball. And one thing I want to mention is when watching the lower tiers, one thing I noticed is how they panicked in the corner on defense. The panic just seemed to be there constantly when the ball was in the corner, and then in what a lot of the high tier players consider a non-threatening position for the ball, and that is just one thing that I see constantly.
Oh, that's a double commit from the corner. Yeah, that could be dangerous. Great play from Soup to get that ball out. Great play from Pineapple to keep it in. Going for the reset, not going to get it. Moose with a little clear. Trying to apply that pressure. Yeah, I mean, that's all the real analysis that we can give right away. I am just excited to see how this ends up playing out.
That's a great demo.
These are 4 very good players for this tier. I mean, obviously, as they're in the finals, and Fluffy with another one.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, I believe Fluffy has, by a decent amount, the highest one's rank and one's peak in this lobby. Wow. Granted, it is 2v2. However, the most valuable thing in a 2v2 is being able to hold your own against 2 opponents. And being that high ranked in ones lends itself to calmness, lends itself to shots like that, right? Capitalizing on opportunities. And here, we see Fluffy in one of those 2v1s, and how will he respond? Calmly, puts it away from harm's way, into the corner, looks to take some control. That could be threatening, and that's a great touch, right? That's a ones touch. Being able to get it out on your own from there. Great pass down. Pineapple not going to be able to get a shot off. And with a minute 45 left, I mean, it's been kind of all Pulsars so far.
Absolutely. You see the amount of pressure this Pulsars team
As I say that, wow, great touch into the corner. Also worth noting, sorry, what? Go ahead, Squirt.
I was gonna say, while it seems like the I can't remember the other team from who the Pulsars
Brilliant
playing.
Bees.
Brilliant Bees. While the Brilliant Bees are getting
that almost sneaks
pressure,
in. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna eat my words there. I was saying that the threat is not as threatening than the Pulsars. The Pulsars seem to be putting a lot of threatening shots on net, while
that's a great touch.
Yeah, that's a fantastic touch. Eating my words again.
Worth noting that this Brilliant Bees team, because they made it through the upper bracket, is going to start with a 1-game advantage. So despite being down 2-0, if they drop this game, they are still tied 1-1 in the series. But that also means that if they're able to turn this around and take a win, they get a lot of momentum off it. Fluffy, looking for that ones play, gets the 50. Pineapple last back. That's going to be a pop over him. Fluffy's going to have to hurry. Moose does get the angle, and that's going to be a 1-goal game. Moose, ever so steady, waiting for the opening and capitalizing on it. That's what he does.
Yeah, that's
He's 14 MVPs in Master, just doing his thing, being in the right spot. If there's anything that Moose can do, it is capitalize on the space that's being given.
Absolutely. And it's just the gameplay itself seems to be a lot smoother than these lower tiers. It seems like in the lower tiers you watch it being a little choppy at times, where the ball is just thrown back and forth constantly. And here you just see so much more.
Oh, that's a huge bump. Fluffy might not be able to get out of here. Soup gets the boost in the corner. Is going to look for a pass mid. Doesn't quite get the bump. Moose might be able to keep it up. And Pineapple gets the beat, and that's going to be game 1 going to the Pulsars. I think you saw the Brilliant Bees come out a little bit nervous, but as that game really started to heat up towards the end there, I think you saw them hit their stride. They ended up outshooting the Pulsars 8-6 in that game, despite only having that 1 goal. And I think it's exactly what you were getting at earlier, Squirt, where the threats from the Pulsars feel more threatening. They felt more intentional. There were some bumps. There were some controlled passes. And Brilliant Bees, as the game went on, really looked to get into that groove. And I think that they did. But it'll be really fascinating to see how that affects game. We'll call it game 3 because it's tied 1-1, and although it's game 2 being played.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder how. I've only been in the finals once in my career here at in RSC. And my team wasn't fortunate enough to have that 1-goal lead. But I wonder how some teams take it when they have that 1-goal advantage in the finals, because to me it feels like it could be a crutch and give you like kind of like a just off. You feel like too like play too aggressive. Yeah.
There's also a chance that it so one of my favorite stats going off of Rocket League into real sports here, LeBron in playoff series, LeBron James, which he loses game 1, is actually 12-9. He's played 21 of those series, and what that means is great shot from Pineapple coming out right away, applying the pressure, but he uses the early games in the series as kind of a gauge to learn the opponents, and I think there's a real chance with the way that Moose is a thinker and the way that he really applies pressure as series go on and as the playoffs go on. I think, and here we see it, not quite going to find the corner, but that might have been kind of an adjustment game for this Brilliant Bees team, seeing what they're up against and learning to take it from there.
Absolutely, it gave them room to play with, allowing them to kind of read how their opponents play, and kind of read the field and how the series is going to go.
Great demo from Pineapple, left in a 2-on-1 now. Moose off the backboard, great touch, clears the pressure for now. Pineapple looking to keep the pressure in, recovers on the wall. 1 touch mid could be threatening, doesn't get it. Fluffy keeps it in. Soup. I mean, it's just a battle in the corner right now to see who ends up getting it out of here and who capitalizes on that space, and it's going to be Moose. And that's a great touch from Fluffy. That's not going to find the back of the net. And now they're kind of on their back foot as Soup is going to look to clear this. First. Moose gets one touch mid. Fluffy's going to take control. Big bang. Moose kind of awkward backflips. That's not what you're looking for. Fluffy whiffs the ball. Despite the glazing, not able to hit the ball when needed most. Keeping pressure in. Soup. Not able to get the boost. Gets demoed. Looks for 50, and that could be threatening the other way now, but Pineapple shutting things down really quickly. I've been very impressed through the first game and a half with the way that Pineapple's been playing. Very quick, very precise. If you know this player, they've historically struggled at higher level lobbies, and I'm really impressed with the way. Great bump from Fluffy. Wow.
Wow.
And as I'm talking about his teammate, that is an incredible bump coming off the sidewall. Understanding the space needed, understanding with a bump that ball's on target. And this gameplay right now from the Pulsars is very methodical, taking turns applying pressure, currently outshooting the Brilliant Bees 6-2. Only 2 minutes in as well. And that's going to be his 7th shot, not finding the back of the net. Moose controls. Gets a good 50. Nothing going to be coming from it. All 4 players in the corner, extremely awkward. They space back out, and we'll see who ends up getting control at the end of this. Nice pop. Great control from Soup, as we were talking about. And Pineapple shutting everything down. This is not the Pineapple that we're used to seeing, man. This is impressive.
You talk a lot about these two Pulsar teams because of the fact that you've played with both these players.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with both. And not to ignore the other team.
Yeah, absolutely not.
And that's as we're talking about it, right? The pressure, that's all they need.
Yeah, one great 50 from
Greg with the mini Rob comm for Fluffy. As anyone in the Elite chat knows, that's been a thing apparently this season. But Moose, right, taking it upon himself, the 4-time. I'm going to keep saying it, the Turbo Pulsa of RSC. Absolutely. 4 shots for the 4-time champ, 1 goal, 4 saves.
This is dangerous.
And as you're watching this series, Soup with a 99 IDR through the season is, I would expect them to start doing a little bit more. I think it might be some finals nerves. Obviously, Moose is comfortable in the big situation, right? The 4-time, I've said it probably 20 times already in 2 games. But this 99, 100 IDR player not doing the most so far. So it's going to be interesting to see if that ends up picking up. I think it'll have to for this Brilliant Bees team to do what they want in this game. Great double from Pineapple. And all 4 of these players historically have been around slightly below, slightly above the elite level in 3v3 as well. So their gameplay is not limited. Great demo from Soup and great control touch from Pineapple to keep it out of a pressure or threatening spot. But all of these players at very high level in 2s and 3s. And I think that's something that separates the lower tiers from the higher tiers is as you start to improve at this game, you learn to apply the principles regardless. Great touch from Soup. That could be really threatening. Fluffy's in an awkward spot. Moose looking to keep pressure. Does get it back mid. Pineapple's up and gonna clear it out a little bit. Still threatening. And Fluffy tries to pop out. 1-1, 30 seconds. Could be. Oh, and great save on 12 boost, but also a great flick. And this might be
on 0. Oh, this is super threatening. Pineapple's sitting with 0 beans right now.
So is Fluffy.
They have
and now Fluffy's on full. Pineapple's got nothing. Touching it to space. 10 seconds. We might be looking at our first overtime game. Oh my goodness. And Pineapple almost finds a way to end it in regulation. Soup to Moose to the backboard. 2 seconds. Can they keep it up? Up for OT. Smart decision. Business decision. And this game is a lot closer, right? We got 10 shots, 8 shots. Each team with 6 saves, 1 goal. And Soup looking to end it, but Pineapple just an absolute wall in this series. Not letting anything by. That's a great touch from Soup, and Fluffy's right there. Both of these teams playing a really, high-level team game, using each other, covering for each other, and Soup looking to call game with a shot. Oh, what a save!
Absolute save from Fluffy.
Again, you have one covering high, one covering low, right? These are teammates really using each other.
Oh, what a play!
Now it's back the other way, and Pineapple just great speed to shut it down. Gets a shot on net. Shouldn't be too threatening. Moose gets the boost. This could be awkward if Pineapple can't get back. Gonna be a little bit of a 2-on-1. Fluffy turns it the other way, looks for a shot. Soup is back already, so nothing coming from it. Some control coming out.
This is a little awkward for
Looking for a fast-paced pass mid. Don't get the clear, and this Pulsars team is barely surviving. I think if you are the Brilliant Bees, you want to look for a little bit more creativity, a little bit more demos, some bumps, some boost steals.
This is bad.
Wow, Moose just not quite able to find the back of the net. Because they're peppering the net over and over and over. 16 shots and only 1 goal for this Brilliant Bees team. They're peppering the net, but they're not creating opportunities out of it. They're not getting these bumps. They're not getting openings. It's just putting powerful shots in the corner.
Oh, that is very dangerous. Oh, wow. What an angle shot by Fluffy to end the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's some excellent defense. Excellent offense coming out from the Pulsars. And in terms of gameplay, that's 2-0. And you got to think, if you're the Brilliant Bees, you are starting to, even as a 4-time, starting to feel the pressure. You just had 16 shots. 16 shots. That scoreboard you see on the screen is... no, it is correct. It is correct. Yeah, I mean, 1 goal on 16, that you gotta capitalize on more than that.
But let's take into account they had 6 shots that weren't saved that weren't on target. And that's a lot of shots that are just kind of there to do nothing. And you gotta they gotta tighten those shots down, put them on net, on target, force a save. Because there was that good 30 seconds where both Pineapple and Fluffy were on less than 20 boost. And
more than anything, that low boost means they're vulnerable for a bump or demo. And as you start getting the difference between this lobby and that Challenger and Vet lobby that we were watching is that you need to apply that off-ball pressure if you're really looking to score, right? Exactly. Just a bump, just one bump, one demo, one boost steal, one counter rotate, turning back in when they don't expect it. And all of a sudden, Fluffy and Pineapple aren't there to be this wall on the goal line. I mean, it's kind of, it's obviously not now or never, right? It's still a 2-1 series, but it'll be pretty hard to keep your mental if you're the Brilliant Bees and you drop another game. Pineapple with a wonderful touch off the back wall, takes control. Fluffy kind of right on him, not in the best support position there. Does keep pressure in, and Soup. Again, I think this is where if you're Soup and you were arguably the MVP of the entire tier, you got to step up just like that. Right, that's what we look for. If you have a 99 IDR, if you're, I'm not saying the reason you're here, because Moose is an incredible player in his own right, but if you put up numbers like that, you got to be the one putting up numbers in finals too.
Absolutely.
And Moose has been with that 900-point game and that loss we just saw, and obviously points aren't everything, but if you're Soup, I mean, we just got to see a little bit more. I mean, he's showing it immediately, though. That shot was incredible and puts his team in a position to really apply pressure moving forward. Here we see it again. Soup might be feeling it a little bit. Just a lot of 50s in the midfield.
I think Soup definitely has
an incredible skill ceiling.
Absolutely, but I also feel like he is little, the nerves are getting to him.
Yeah, with that backflip especially.
Yeah, with that backflip.
You can kind of tell. The player is extremely skilled, but they're not doing the things that you would expect someone who ran this tier in that way to do. Great shot.
Of the caliber that they can play at. You've seen, like, we're not trashing this player, but we've seen what he's capable of in the past.
If you're going to be the MVP of the tier, I need you to show up in finals, and he started to. Absolutely has started to. But I think that's played a significant role into Pulsars. Remember, I mentioned that what a 50 from Fluffy. Fake high, go low, make Moose have to defend and take it down. I mean, that's a great shot, but that's also what I expect from Soup. Soup's an incredible player in his own right. And if we remember earlier before this series, we were talking about the X factors being the players that aren't Fluffy or Soup, because the numbers that they put up. And right now, I think you see Pineapple playing that second man role better than either. That's a banger. Better than either player on the Brilliant Bees.
Absolutely.
That could all change in a heartbeat, though.
We definitely talked about Moose and Fluffy being, you know, the.
Oh, Soup and Fluffy, because Soup is the one who had 100 IDR.
Yeah, Soup. I'm sorry. I was just saying.
That might be an open net. Oh my goodness! Unable to find the back, but it was.
Ouch, that's demoralizing.
Soup with some wonderful control. Gets a shot off the backboard, looking for the bump, not going to find it. Makes him jump. Moose not able to find the back of the net again. Just so close. All of this pressure. And now it's back in a 2v1. Moose drops it. Gets it over Pineapple. Looks for a shot here. Backboard. That could be dangerous. Soup coming in for a double. Shot coming in. And just, oh my goodness, what a 50. Wow. I mean, you were asking for it, or I guess I was asking for it, and I got it. It's turning into the Soup show a little bit. That's 2 goals on 2 shots halfway through the game. And Fluffy, on the other end of the spectrum, only 200 points. Does have that 1 goal, but you're seeing Soup really start to step it up and show why they had such a successful season.
Absolutely.
Pineapple gets launched. And Soup, again, looking to apply his pressure, gets the...
Wow.
But not
what
quite
a play
enough.
by Pineapple to get that.
And that might find the back of the net. What a shot to capitalize on the space and the speed. And here, as we were talking, the second players that needed to step up, Pineapple was 600 points. A goal, 4 saves, and 2 shots already in just 3 minutes of this game.
I honestly thought Pineapple was going to give a goal to the other team, let alone score one. He was about to put it in front of his net and came away with the open net.
Oh my goodness, and he's going to find himself another one. Just playing this midfield space really, really well. Cuts the pass. Moose finds himself caught out a little bit too far up, thinking a 50's coming. Doesn't account for the fact that Pineapple might have that beat, and finding the back of the net. That's a lot going on.
What a tournament of events.
I would also like to say that DJ is saying that I'm not glazing Soup enough. I would like to say that I am absolutely glazing Soup. I just have high expectations as they were the MVP of the tier.
Is this an open net?
And Moose finds an open net, and I don't know what's happened, but over this last minute and a half, there's just been... I mean, that's a great touch from Moose to get it past Fluffy as last man. I think that's a really risky challenge in the corner. You were talking about how lower tiers panic a little bit in the corner. That's not that threatening, right? Buy that time for your teammate to come back, cover the net. Fluffy thought he could get a touch in, and Moose punished him for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
Fluffy.
Double commit comes out and is not able to capitalize.
That's insane. Oh, great bump.
And as this game dwindles, you got a minute left, minute 10, 3-3. Pulsar's up 2-1 in the series. You got to think whoever takes this is feeling really good about moving forward.
Absolutely. One thing I wanted to point out is that how much bumps, how many players in these high-level lobbies go
Moose!
Moose 50 into the net. That has to feel great. Coming with 54 seconds left, going up 4-3. That he has to feel great about himself for the team right there.
And as I was asking for more from Soup, right, Fluffy averaging like 850 points through the first 2 games. Down at 350, only 4 shots, only 1 goal, 1 save, not finding themselves in many useful positions in this game here. As Brilliant Bees are turning up the pressure, this player needs to start adapting a little bit to their new style that they're seeing. It's a great touch. Fluffy calls him off the ball, looks for the double. Soup does cut it off, 30 seconds. Gonna get it over him. Good pop, could still be dangerous. Fluffy grabs the mid boost. Moose chasing the ball. Great fake challenge into pass mid. Pineapple gonna get a touch, could be threatening. Fluffy's gonna get a shot and panics with it. Left half of the net was open if they were able to turn and capitalize. Moose left with the 100 boost. Great 50. Soup gonna get this to the wall. 3 seconds left. Gotta keep it up. Pineapple, that might be droppable. Gonna keep it up somehow. What a touch. Fluffy hops mid. Moose clears it, and that's gonna be game 4 for the Brilliant Bees, tied 2-2.
I think you saw such a better game from the Brilliant Bees. Not just Soup himself, but Moose too. I think as a whole, they played so much better than the last 2 games.
Absolutely. I think in particular, it was the lack of panic, right? Fluffy was just capitalizing on, not just, right? But Fluffy was continuously capitalizing on the panic coming out from Soup in particular. And I think what you saw is Soup get more comfortable. And not 5-3, it is 4-3. But what you saw is Soup started to get more comfortable, and there weren't as many holes left. And Fluffy wasn't able to get those easy ones, right? Those full field ones, those 2v1s where you would take a 50, you would go for an air dribble bump, something like that. And the goals, as we move into game 5, where it's 2-2, moving forward, I think goals are going to be a lot harder to come by. Or you'll see one of these teams start to panic a little bit more. I think if both stay calm and stay true to themselves, this is going to be a really high level, really hard fought match moving forward.
As you're getting cooked in chat, math ain't mathin', bro.
Hey, that's not me. That's because the graphic on the stream says 5-3. That's crazy. You thought I was getting cooked. You think I do graphics? And Pineapple with a little bit of panic touch. Fluffy could get something out of this. Looking for the double tap. Soup shuts it down. And Moose might have something open here, but Pineapple again shutting it down immediately.
What a
Soup,
shot.
top corner shot. Fluffy, great control into the corner. Soup's looking for these bumps now, right? I think that's a huge thing. Is this off-ball pressure we were asking for? They're starting to apply.
And it's never, it goes a lot unnoticed. Even if you don't get the demo or the bump, pressuring for the bump, making the opponent move, like forcing them to make a move, and allowing your teammate to have like a 1v1 situation, just it allows so much pressure.
Absolutely. Maybe a big 50 into space. Pineapple can turn and control this ball. Might try to bang it over to Moose. Moose with a great fake challenge, keeps the ball mid, drops down. He's going to try to read whatever touch comes out. Soup looks for pass mid, gets it off the backboard, could be dangerous, looking for bump. Moose with a shot, and just not enough power to be really threatening. Great play coming out for the Brilliant Bees, but now Fluffy's on the counter, gets the flick off the crossbar.
Wow.
Both of these teams really fighting for these goals. Great bump, great 50 here, and Soup is right back on the ball. Pineapple in a really awkward spot, very low boost. Fluffy cuts smartly, takes the mid, and now finding themselves in somewhat of a 1v1. Now Moose is back. Great control coming out. 1v1 situation. Pineapple with a fast touch up that could be opened. Look, and Fluffy is going for all of the stats in the finals that he can get. I think they heard us talking about how he needed some more points, and at the end of this game, I'm going to add 100 to Pineapple's score and take 100 away from Fluffy's. Maybe we'll do 50 because the assist and goal would have been swapped. That's a fake 100 points coming out for Fluffy. And Moose applies some pressure. Soup gonna get a touch off the backboard. Not able to be shot by Moose. Shuts it down. Soup hard whiffs. Could be threatening the other way. Pineapple puts an incredible shot. Not quite able to find the back of the net. And this could be really threatening. That might be open if Fluffy's not able to get back, but he is. Here we see Soup. And that's
my God, he does it again.
Time. Yeah. These challenges high into fake 50, into a fake, into the low 50, has gotten Fluffy a couple of these goals. These are these ones plays that we talk about, right? Where that experience in solo plays, in the way that you take the 50, is huge.
That's his one's read coming into play, that he's able to read where the challenge is going to come from, allowing him to set up his card for the 50. And that is another open net. Does it have
Pineapple's going to find the back of the net. If you're the Brilliant Bees, you got to change something and change something fast, right? 3-0, 2.5 minutes left. This is not a must-win game. It's tied 2-2, but you don't want to go down 3-2, and especially you don't want to go down 3-2 on pace to lose this game 6-0. Like you gotta get
make
something
a change
for the
here.
mental,
Yeah.
for the momentum, for something. That's a good
absolutely
pass
agree.
down. And see, like that touch into the corner from Soup, like that doesn't do anything for you. Moose looking for this pass. Nobody quite there. And the low boost, the boost deal from Fluffy turned out to be huge. That might be another shot.
Oh, wow.
And it's a 2v1 situation, but Soup just bangs the ball away. And I think it's a control gap right now.
Absolutely.
You see the way that the Pulsars are able to follow up all of their touches. Even when they're banging it to space where they can follow it up themselves. But if you watch some of these touches coming out from the Brilliant Bees, they're more...
Oh, this is an open net. Oh, wow.
Yeah, wow. Gifted a goal here.
Yeah.
But
I completely agree with you in the sense, one thing that I do notice is the defensive control that the Pulsars are having right now. When the Bees are getting a bang, how well Pineapple and Fluffy are controlling these bangs into their corner to make
like
it
that touch right
non-threatening.
there from Soup. I mean, that's a really threatening touch from Pineapple. He should not
Yeah.
just give the ball away. But that's exactly what we're talking about. This catch from Fluffy, right? Into a 50. And then this bang from Moose is able to be followed up by himself. That's a great touch.
Oh,
and I
that's
mean, it's an open net. So you're finding it, right? These control touches where you're able to get the follow lead directly to these goals. And also, that is the second time now that Fluffy has challenged in the corner where he doesn't need to, and it's resulted in a goal for the Brilliant Bees. So if you're the Brilliant Bees, you may have found a little bit of a weakness here, and you might want to just focus on that if they're able to notice that.
You definitely found your way back into this game, being down 3-0. And I think now the Brilliant Bees have the...
Oh, that might be... It's going to be a race to the goal line here. Soup does get a touch out wide. Fluffy, good control touch. Not able to follow it up with a shot, though. Now Moose and Pineapple, again, shutting it down in the midfield immediately. Great 50. Pineapple just no hesitation.
Wow.
Tosses it top bins. I mean, see, like that bang, right? Like that's giving up control right away, which is allowing pressure for the Pulsars. Oh! What just happened?
Is that an own goal?
I don't think so.
No,
oh my gosh, it was.
It was an own goal. That's heart.
I thought Pineapple got a crazy dunk. Wow!
Wow.
If you're Soup, that's gotta kill the mental.
That's gotta...
Oh my goodness. And 2-4 with 24 seconds left. You gotta think that that's gonna... I mean, let's get something really quick. That's gonna shut this game down for the Pulsars, and they're gonna get gifted that extra goal and the dagger for game 5, and they're gonna be up 3-2 in this series.
And that's just heart-wrenching.
Oh, yeah, I mean, the mental... It's not chalked, right? If there's anyone who you feel like you can win on a team with, it's gonna be the guy who has 4 titles. So
Absolutely,
again, shout out
absolutely.
Moose.
Moose,
But that's gotta...
I would love to be in the comms with Moose right now and Soup, hearing what a 4-time champion is talking to you, how to get your mental back into the game,
especially
after an own goal.
that touch.
Yeah.
Not any own goal, but off your own backboard at an insane angle. I mean, and as we were talking about it, we needed to see more out of Fluffy. What do you see? Right, a 770-point game win with 2 goals, 3 saves, and an assist. And again, not to be lost in the equation, Pineapple with 2 goals and an assist and 2 saves on 5 shots of their own. So both of these players from the Pulsars applying that pressure. I will say, I remember I was going to take those points off, you know, so 770. We'll call it 700. We'll call it 700 for Fluffy and 600 for Pineapple, because those numbers should be a little closer. But I mean, it's been a team game through and through, And what you see, in my opinion, the biggest difference between these two teams right now is the Brilliant Bees are kind of taking turns going for things, and the Pulsars are using each other. And I don't think that the Pulsars just like have significantly more skill or even more skill than the Brilliant Bees. I think it's a very, very even matchup. But if you don't see the Brilliant Bees start to really play as a team, like right now, like this is their last chance, then I mean it's as good as the Pulsars championship.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with you when you say that Pineapple and Fluffy are really using each other to their like together. And the Brilliant Bees aren't really playing as a team. They're kind of playing on a 1v1 or 1v2 situations.
Oh, and Moose not able to get a shot. Yeah.
I completely agree with you on that. Oh,
Soup
an absolute
backflip. Why would they even go up for that? But I think that they are really feeling some of that panic and some of the nerves from that own goal. As Moose does get this clear out, looking for a follow. Fluffy pops it over. It's going to be a 2-on-1. Moose smartly fakes in the corner. Soup smartly fakes in the corner. Pineapple looking to apply, keep the pressure in, gets not able to get the bump. That was almost massive. Pineapple's going to turn here, has full boost to work with, gets a 50, and Fluffy's nowhere to be found. A little bit low boost themselves. Soup looking for a solo play. Great touches. Just, I mean, I would rather take that low, go around, look for a 50, look for a bump. As the difference between what you're seeing with the way that Fluffy's taking these and the way that Soup is it feels more intentional,
this is awkward.
Right?
Oh, this is really awkward.
That's a great shot from Moose. Soup's going to be there to follow it up. Unfortunately, can't find the back of the net. Applying a lot of pressure. You're seeing the Brilliant Bees coming out, guns blazing for this game. Oh. Wow, and Fluffy. Oh, no. I don't know if that was going in already.
I think that was going in, and I think it was
I mean, that corner boost grab, right? You just don't need to be doing that there. I mean, that's a threatening opportunity. Just pick up a pad, make the save over to the corner.
Oh, just
and if you're Soup, I mean, these players can clearly pull themselves out of any funk. They're very, very high level. But it's so hard to do mid-game. It's so hard to do when you know you have 50 people watching in chat. And it's so hard to do when you've just made 2 own goals to put your team, and that's a miss off the backboard, to put your team in a really awkward situation in the championship.
Oh, this is a very awkward situation for the Pulsars here.
And great off-ball demo from Pineapple.
And that's
allowing
one thing
Fluffy to collect it.
You don't see a lot of is these off-ball demos on defense, let alone offense. Wow, what a flick. That's the one thing that I never see, even in my low lobbies, off-ball defensive demos. And this is a very awkward situation for Fluffy.
And see,
very well
Soup
played.
Swooped through for the demo, but didn't turn back. And I think if they did, they had the demo and they had a goal right there.
I agree.
Just a little bit of panic coming through, and Fluffy with a great shot, but Moose with an even better save, and Soup with a great follow-up. I mean, this team, they may be kind of falling over themselves at times, but they are not going out without a fight, and they're making them earn everything except for those 2, right? This is a very hard-fought game, and I mean, all it takes is 1 goal to tie this up. You got 2 minutes left. I wouldn't even be rushing. They have plenty of time.
Oh, Fluffy with an almost miss.
And it is a 1v1 situation. No boost, though.
Great 50.
Fluffy's going to beat him with this, and this could be really bad for Stoop. Looking for that low 50 again. Not able to find it. Gets a huge demo. Pineapple's going to have time. Looking to take this around mid. Gets a bump on Soup. Touch mid. Fluffy with a shot. No double tap opportunities. Ball still here. And Soup's going to be pushing it back the other way.
Fluffy's got to get back.
Oh, and Pineapple with another off-ball demo, saving another serious chance at a goal. I mean, huge. I mean, this is what we mean about playing together, using each other. Is these... You find these... Oh, that's a great reset. No, not able to follow. Not quite as good as I thought it was. And there you see Moose getting that off-ball demo. Looking to get a pass. Got to get the other demo. Not able to. And Pineapple gets one in return. Gets it back in blood immediately.
Oh, Pineapple. Fluffy's going for
Fluffy's going to go for probably his coveted low 50. Fakes the low 50. Goes high. This could be open. And Soup unable to connect with the ball.
Oh
no!
He saw the open net and rushed it.
I mean, I don't know. And a miss! And Pineapple's cleaning it up. Moose is going to keep it in, looks for a follow of their own, doesn't get it. Fluffy pops it up to the wall, and Soup back taking their own corner boost. Fluffy looking for a 50, doesn't get it. 2-on-1 situation here. And a miss again coming in from Soup at a crucial moment. And obviously team game, but Soup has made a couple mistakes in some really crucial areas so far. There was that open net, there was that pass mid, there were those 2 own goals, and this player is just not playing up to their standard. 20 seconds now. If the Brilliant Bees want any chance at taking this title, Soup gets a pop. Fluffy takes it to the corner.
10 seconds left.
Gets it over one. Soup tries to keep it in. Has to. Now or never. 5,
No.
4. Pineapple looking for a follow. Soup gets it. Is it going to go up the wall? It is in. The Brilliant Bees will have one more chance. Fluffy gets the 50-0 boost. Soup's got to keep it up. Does just exactly that. Will they be able to get a follow? They do. Pineapple hits it to the ground, and Pulsars are your Season 6 Elite 2v2 champions. Wow. I mean, congratulations to the Pulsars, but if you're the Brilliant Bees, you got to feel like you didn't put your best out there. I think this Brilliant Bees team is better than they played today.
To lose what could be arguably an own goal, the only goal scored in that game.
I mean, you're talking about 2 own goals being the difference between this game, this series being 4-2 the other way.
Absolutely. That is just
wow. First of all, congratulations to the Pulsars.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, congratulations. They played well, but like
you win games by being consistent.
Absolutely.
But if you're the MVP of the tier, if you have a 100 IDR, if over 28 games, you're the number 1 seed, you're left feeling a little bit for wanting. If you're the Brilliant Bees or a Brilliant Bees fan, it is. I mean, Soup is an incredible player. I know Soup is an incredible player.
Who do that? Is that Fluffy?
Yeah, sure.
Fluffy, how you feeling right now, man, after that series?
I mean, hey, when you got haters, dude, you gotta prove them wrong. You know what I mean?
Unless you're the only reason that you have haters in the first place. But yes.
Listen, you're hater number 1, okay?
So this is true. I got a couple questions for you. First of all, how do you is that air dribble to fake high to low 50? Is that something that you really focus on? Is that something that's helped you? Is that one of your signatures, would you say?
No, but the other team just likes to challenge high for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
So I just it's the only thing you do when it's the only thing you do when they go high. So I mean, it's just a pattern that I recognize that they were doing the whole time.
So follow up, what are you in 1v1s right now?
Oh, I am currently 1200 in 1v1s.
And so 1200, for those who don't know, is very close to GC2. I think it's GC1 Div 3, so not that close, but like 4 games off or something. How do you think that your 1v1 experience lent itself to your series in this 2v2 tonight?
Well, in 2v2, believe it or not, a lot of 1v1s happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And since everyone else in the Elite is like Champ 3 and below in ones, I'm usually scoring 90% of the time when I'm in a 1v1 with the other team. And saving the shots when I'm in the 1v1.
So I got a follow up again for you. Was this the series that you expected coming into this? Winning essentially, they started a game up and they lost 4-2. So essentially a 4-1 series here. What did you expect versus what actually happened here tonight?
I expected something exactly like this. The thing I didn't expect though was for Pineapple to carry me.
Pineapple
went off.
I am not gonna lie. So I've known Pineapple for a long time. We stayed in the same Airbnb in Boston. That's my homie. Love that dude. I've known them in Rocket League for a very long time, and I gotta say, I was so impressed tonight with the way that Pineapple was controlling the midfield. Is that something that you've seen throughout the season?
No, but I think it's the 1v1s. Me and Pineapple, were 1v1ing before we went to the scrim, and I think that really helped them, honestly.
I
Just
mean,
that,
I've never seen Pineapple that fast controlling the midfield. That I'm such little hesitation, such speed, shutting down everything from this Brilliant Bees team. I mean, you would go for a solo play, and I'd say, "Oh my goodness, it's a 2v1 on the way back," and immediately it would be shut down at the midfield and turned into a 2v1 the other way because Pineapple was so quick and decisive. I mean, what role do you think that played for you? Did that allow you
I
to be more
mean,
confident?
dude has the ice. I mean, so in the game 3, I believe, the game we lost, I was really struggling to set up any plays. I felt like I was not locked in, and then
Mhm.
like Pineapple was the thing that like kept me in it. He's the reason that game was close because he was so reliable on defense, and also he was the one making most of the plays that game. He had like 800 points.
Yeah, he
He went
did.
off.
I was I would say that he was probably the biggest surprise of the series. Um, yeah, that was just incredible. Squirt, do you have any other questions at all for Fluffy?
Um, I allowed you to cook in that interview, and you asked all of the questions that I was going to ask. The only question I have for Fluffy here, and there's really only one correct answer here,
Uh,
is who is the cuter between me and Rob?
oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
This is the only question that matters in this interview.
I mean, I'm gonna have to go with the GOAT GM himself. You know, the one and
All
only.
right. Well, I'll see y'all later.
um,
Oh,
Fluffy,
unlucky.
huge congratulations to you. I know this was hard fought. You earned it. You've been grinding this game, really looking to improve, especially in that 1v1 arena. And we really saw those results tonight in front of a lot of people, and it was really cool to see. Last thing, are you staking your claim for this elite championship in threes too? Are we going to see you win both of them?
I mean, is it even a question? It's gonna be
I'm
3
asking
in a
it.
row. It's 3 in a row this time. All right.
Yeah, vet elite twos, elite
Yep.
threes.
Yes, sir.
Come
I have
on,
I have the
man.
greatest I have the greatest roster behind me in threes. I think we're
That
gonna
is
make it.
true. I do agree that you have some monsters
But
on
I'm
your
not.
roster.
I'm not on the roster, so I don't
That's
know who you have on the roster.
true.
Right. Yeah, I'm you. I forgot about you for a second there.
But anyways, I think wrapping it up, massive congratulations to you. Massive congratulations to Pineapple and Keiko, your third as well, to the Cosmos, to the Pulsars, and just an incredibly hard-fought series. I think the Brilliant Bees are left a little bit wanting, but I mean, this is what it is. Consistency wins titles, and we saw fewer mistakes today from one team, and they're the ones that ended up on top. So thank you, Fluffy, for putting on a show, coming in for an interview afterward, and go kick some butt in threes, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Of course. And I think that just about does it for our show tonight as well. Shout out to everyone who tuned in. Shout out to everyone who keeps supporting RSC Things. Catch us on Saturday night. We're going to be doing the pre-jump podcast on this channel as well. You won't want to miss that. We're doing deep dives of the master and contender tiers as they wrap up. And I mean, keep supporting RSC. We could never do it without the players, the fans. You're the exact same thing in a lot of cases. And it was a pleasure. Squirt, thanks for joining me. Vigil, thanks for producing.
Thanks for hopping in on the last match. I've been with I was in the whole night with RSC, so I hope you all have a great night. Thanks for having me, Vigil. Shout out to the producers. Shout out to everybody that works on the back end, getting this stream running properly. And yeah, we will catch you all next time.